Hey, welcome to another mountain preparation video. It's the night before I leave and I'm just trying to finish everything up. So right here I'm actually getting food ready for the trip. Now, I'm going to be gone for 7 days, Friday to Friday. I'm not going to need breakfast or lunch on the first day. Not going to need dinner on the last day, so Friday is still equals out. So I basically need 7 days of food. And so what I've done here was a lot more organized a moment ago, but I took bags for every day of the week, labeled them, and I put a BLD, so breakfast, lunch, dinner. And so I'm packing these with enough meals for one day. Let me grab a good one here, a tasty one. So for instance, Sunday here, sorry about the lighting and everything, all my good stuff is packed away. And so, for the mountain, so I'm just working with one camera here. But so everything gets breakfast powder, which is my breakfast shake, dehydrated milk, among other things. Then it gets an oatmeal and a pack of dehydrated apples that I made and raisins. And then I did make some corn packages. So I boiled some corn, cut it off, put some seasoning and some butter and vacuum sealed that. So I have 3 of those, so I'm going to eat those the first 3 days because even though it's vacuum sealed, I don't want it to go bad. And then this one happens to have a dehydrated meal in it. But if we jump to Saturday, this is a full bag here. This one I also made some potatoes, so I have some potatoes vacuum sealed here, the corn. Then I have my dried ground beef here, along with something I want to hopefully make a gumbo with, some seasonings. And then for lunch, I made some Pita Pockets with, this one is peanut butter and jelly. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm just finishing making the peanut butter and jelly because I know that will keep. And then for the other lunches, I have bacon and cheddar cheese, and both of these, if I vacuum seal them, should last long enough for the time that they're going to be out in the heat. And then of course you gotta have your snack bag. Probably going a little overboard with the snacks, but once I start packing this, I might start ripping some of the stuff out because it won't fit, but for the moment, I don't want to go hungry. And then the other bag is drinks. And so this has all these coffee packets that I made. So I vacuum sealed individual servings of coffee, so I can just open one of these up, dump it in my coffee press. Then I threw in some different teas for the evening and some Gatorade mixed in there as well. And so just having a nice drink besides water, especially if the water has a weird taste, even though we're filtering it, it might still have a weird taste. Being able to, when you're done for the day, settle down and make yourself a hot drink, some tea or some coffee or something like that, it's good for the spirit, it's good for the energy. So I want to make sure that I had enough coffee for breakfast and for dinner and maybe a couple extra in between. One more I'll show you here is like Thursdays here. So I made these rice packets, and so it's rice along with some seasonings. This one has some dehydrated mushrooms that I made along with some onions. And this one I was trying to go for like a cream of mushroom soup, so there's some milk powder in there. And then I figured that would couple well with hickory smoked tuna. And so that would be dinner for that. So I can just open this up, dump it in my bowl, pour in the hot water, let it rehydrate or cook, dump in the tuna, and there's dinner. So these Pita Pockets are kind of a pain in the butt. I was going to go with tortillas, but I thought I'd try Pita Pocket just because it's a little more meat, but you can just see they're kind of falling apart. But so I jammed peanut butter in there, and then normally I would never mix peanut butter and jelly, but it's so difficult, I don't care. Like, I won't mix it in the jar like I'm doing there. This is a sacrificial jar of jelly. So I want to make sure I get enough in there. So there's that. I have another one here. Okay. So then we can take this over to the vacuum sealer. So I take my roll of vacuum packaging and cut off just, sorry, I wish I could show you. Cut off just a strip big enough for the pita. And then I'm going to seal one end. Okay, so a little bag there with a sealed. So I take my pita, slide it in there. So I won't be eating just this for lunch. I'll probably combine it with some kind of a bar, like a RX bar or a Cliff bar or something like that, along with, you know, a goo gel, something to put the electrolytes back in as we're out hiking in the sun and sweating all the time. This is really just to make it feel like an actual meal and not just snacking on power bars and things like that. Just by being able to say, yep, I'm having something that reminds me of an actual dinner or lunch. Even if it's from elementary school, again, it's good for the morale. So we put that in there. Sealing. Oh, some of the jelly squirted out. It's all right. So then we add just a little notch in the side with the pre-made cutter, so you can just rip it open. You don't need a knife. It's pre-made cut. Come up here and cut off the excess. And I'll wash that little bit of jelly out so things don't get sticky. But so there's another meal. So this is probably all going to come out in one big lump of goo by the time I finally eat it, but oh well, I tried. So for this one, with bacon and cheddar cheese in there, cured bacon and cheddar cheese, hard cheeses hold up well without refrigeration. I decided to grab a mayonnaise packet from the sandwich aisle at the grocery store and vacuum seal that right along in there, so that way I can have mayonnaise with my sandwich. It's not just dry, and it stays, hopefully, without spoiling, because I don't think mayonnaise would last very well without being pre-sealed in a different container. So I'm just about done with food, and next is going to be getting all of my electronics laid out, which I'll show you a video of that, and then I will also show you a video of all of my gear. And then hopefully I can get some sleep. So if you want to keep seeing more videos about me climbing the mountain, follow along on this blog at flarecourtmedia.com/mountain-climb. Link in the description below. Thanks for watching.